Hey, what's going on, tribe? It's Red again, just hitting you guys up with another video. If you're new to my channel, welcome. So, I don't know where this is going, but you just got to kind of go with the flow. Um, yeah, this weather is just mad. But a lot more people are waking up to the weather now, which is interesting. Because I was on a little course, and this lady, she was like 75. She's like, the weather is just so weird. 1 minute is hot, and then the next in the evening it's freezing. But if you pay attention, if you watch the sky, you can see what's going on. Like, well, for now, I think it's about 12 o'clock here. No, it's about it's 1:30 in England now. But in the morning, it's all grey, like a blanket of grey or whatever. And in the evening, there's a blanket of grey. So in midday, the clouds um, start to like disappear and that, and then it's the sun's starting to come out. I'm trying to grind, trying to absorb some of this energy, but there's still like this. It's still not blue skies. Like if you look into the distance or whatever, you can see it's still kind of hazy, if that makes sense. So it's not clear. This is what I see anyway. So a lot more people are starting to wake up to the weather and stuff, which is cool. How it's being manipulated and stuff. But one thing that kind of just come to mind is literally everything that we're currently experiencing, everything that's taking place in the 3D realm, external, it's all just to wake people up to what's going on, how everything that they've been taught and they've been told is a lie, basically. So everything that you're seeing unfold, everything in 2020, and everything just coming to the surface now is just to basically just to wake people up, to make people conscious, to see that it's about control and manipulation. The more conscious you become, the more aware you become of what's actually going on, like with the food, the water, the weather, the control. So yeah, there's all this stuff about the money and all that, going digital and cashless and that, and it's just to push people to just to wake up, to see that you're being controlled and you're being manipulated. So when you're conscious and you're watching it unfold, it kind of sucks, yeah, because you can see what's going on, but we've got to be patient. Our goal, what is it? Our goal, our goal or challenge is to be patient with the masses. So we can see everything unfolding and seeing how everything is going, but it's for them to see everything that's going on, which can be frustrating at times. Very frustrating, very frustrating. It's like everything is just going so slow. Like we're like 3 years in now, to like the awakening, should I say? Because yeah, everything took a turn when it hit 2020. You had some people that could see what was happening, and then there were some people that didn't see. And then within the last few years, you've had people questioning stuff more and coming to terms with everything that happened in 2020, which is very interesting, because the more people I'm starting to see, they're starting to question stuff more and starting to come to the realization that we are being controlled. Society is just being controlled by a small number of people, a certain bloodline, I would say. Yeah, certain bloodlines rule the world. So there's like 7 families that rule the world or whatever. And it's just to kind of keep us enslaved. So everything that's going on is to make people become more aware and to see just what's going on and how the world is. Like I was saying before, they want to cram people into cities to keep the system, the matrix running. And they say we're overpopulated and global warming and stuff. And it's like, if you go on an airplane, yeah, or go on a train, because I went to like the seaside last week or whatever, and it's like even when you get on a train, like dude, there's so much countryside. There's so much countryside, and that was only like half an hour away, yeah, on the train into the journey, because the journey was about an hour and a half. Um, so it's like we're not really overpopulated. The cities are overpopulated, yeah, because you're trying to cram everyone into the cities and basically using high-rise buildings as bloody energy harvesting, yeah. So they cram everyone in and just siphoning their energy, basically. But humans are not meant to actually live like that, you know. Like even in tribes and stuff, you had tribes that they have their whole area, but they weren't on top of each other. Like they had like breathing space. But in the cities and stuff, they're just cramming people on top of each other. And I know in Cairo, it's probably not in, what this stood out to me in Cairo. They call it City of the Dead or whatever, because they built the city over burial grounds and stuff. But I think that's just happened worldwide, really. Just building on top of the old world and just hiding the history and keeping people occupied on stuff that really doesn't matter, material stuff, and things outside of yourself. Because everything that you need is within, not without, right? So they try to keep your attention on things external instead of internal. Because once you start going internal, you start getting the guidance and you start questioning stuff and you start seeing things totally different. Because if you're conscious, you'll probably be what's it called? You'll be not interested in things that are just going on. Like you're not really interested in basic stuff like mundane conversations. Like, yeah, how's the weather and how's who won the football? Because it's mundane, it doesn't really matter. And it's like all the sports and things that they advertise is just another distraction. You know, like Rome, where they kept they made everyone watch the gladiators, yeah, to keep them entertained from looking at themselves, right? So it's the same kind of thing, even with the football, basketballs and stuff. It's in like a circle, it's like a coliseum, right? So while you're watching the game for an hour or whatever, other stuff is going on, and you're basically in a way wasting an hour of your life on stuff that's not really important. Yeah, it's keeping you entertained, but it's actually wasting your time. Yeah, this is why footballers, basketball players and rugby players get paid so much to keep you guys entertained, because it's a distraction, right? So, because I was thinking, like, even this is as a teenager, we would sit down and watch football. I'm not really interested, but I'll just watch it or whatever. And it's like, dude, I don't understand. You got players on the field making like 250,000 a week just to kick a balloon around in a park. I'm like, what? That doesn't make sense. But yet you still got people that people are starving to death in the world, and I can see the imbalance, how it's from way back. So everything that's going on is just to make us question stuff, but it's very frustrating. It's going so slow. How things are going, and the way society is going. Yeah, it's imploding. So I'm on the sideline, kind of watching it implode. If you're a black sheep, you'll probably see the same kind of thing. But it's like, obviously, there's got to be a death to then be reborn, right? So we're kind of going into that phase of death and rebirth. The Scorpio is coming to mind. So yeah, we're currently in the end phases of this 3D realm, and we're transitioning into the new. But this is what gets me kind of. It's about having faith, and basically we're kind of walking blind, and it can be very frustrating. This is one of my challenges at the moment, like knowing everything's going to be all right and know everything is playing out how it's meant to play out, but just to go with it and not to get too attached to it, because if you're getting too attached to it, it's going to start dragging you down, and then you're going to start thinking negative, and that's what they want. But we're not here for that. We're here to kind of keep the vibration steady, and just to hold the vibration of love, you know, and just being a good person is the main goal. Like looking out for your fellow man, you know, because in the system it's all about divide and conquer through all the labels and everything. It's just, yeah, it's just to divide and conquer basically. And even with this transgender thing that's going on, where we're going energy wise, we're leaning more into the divine feminine energies are coming back. So um, nurturing, intuition, and be more flexible, and going from experience, because the masculine is more rigid. So this 3D realm is built on a masculine energy. This is why you've got so much in the 3D realm, so much attack on the divine feminine, you know, in music and stuff, and they over sexualize things because it's more masculine, right? But this is going away. This is going away, and it's changing. But yes, looking very uncomfortable for the divine feminine at this time, because they're actually just getting, the energy is just getting attacked. It's been women have been over sexualized and had less rights than men, but everything is changing, right? Like women's got equal rights and stuff now. Okay, so yeah, this 3D realm, the energy is shifting. So you're going to start also seeing more men, masculine men, getting more in touch with their feminine side, because when we was growing up, men were taught you shouldn't cry, and basically to stuff down your emotions, right? But this is coming to the surface and things are changing. So men are going to start getting more in touch with their feminine side. And we all within us have masculine and feminine energy. Depending on where you're at, you will lean to either more masculine or more feminine energies, right? And in the 3D realm, you have you have a good majority of women leaning to the more masculine side from where the society is. You got to be strong, independent, and blah blah blah. But it's about balance, because the cycle of life is man and woman. Yeah, there are only two genders, man and woman. And when man and woman come together, they create life. Yeah, this is what the Ankh is: man, woman, man and woman come together in union, right? So you're having this big divide in the 3D realm, and they're getting a lot of people confused with the genders and all this stuff that really doesn't really matter, because it's all about love at the end of the day. And we are accepting, like, but they're just pushing this agenda on people, like trans this and gay, LGBT, alphabet, whatever. But it's like we are accepting. Before, if this was like the 80s and 90s, we wouldn't have been accepted, but we're accepting now. We're getting more accepting, yeah? Because it's just about love at the end of the day. And what another thing is, what's happening is people are getting sex confused with love. So with all this bi and stuff, it's like, okay, if you want to have a lot of sex, that's fine. But I'm not just saying bi, I'm just saying in general. People are mistaking love for sex. And I've been saying this for the longest, like, there's nothing wrong with a man and man or a woman and woman loving each other, because you have you have some marriages that the people ain't happy in. So what's wrong with two same sexes loving each other? You know, there's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, man and man or woman and woman can't create life. But there's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, it's just interesting. It's interesting, and the energies is just mad. Like everything that's going on in the body is just, I don't know. It's just crazy. Trying to stay grounded. Time is speeding up. There's so little time. Time doesn't exist, right? But I can feel it merging. It's like I do a few things and hours has passed, man, and it's like time speeding up. And we're just going through a lot of shifts. We're just going through a lot of shifts at this time, man. So it's just interesting to see how things are playing out. But yeah, we just got to try not to get too attached to the 3D realm, because things are playing out how they're meant to play out, and we came to experience this, yeah, as frustrating as it is. So wherever you're at in your journey, you just need to be compassionate with yourself and kind, and whatever's coming up for you, you got to just let it come up, and just feel it. Feeling is healing, and then just release it, man, because that's the whole point of the journey, to go within and to become whole, you know. But yeah, I'm gonna hit you guys up real soon, because I got some stuff to do anyway. So I thought, let me just hit you guys up with a little quick message or topic that's kind of on my mind at the moment. Anyway, peace, love, and light, tribe.